the south side. We don't give a damn about no west side stuff. We come over here and take this thing over.
Welcome to the Shooter's Corner podcast. I'm your host, AJ Guyton, and I have a very, very special guest, a childhood friend of mine who I watched grow in the game, Chicago, Illinois legend, Whitney Young, 1998 McDonald's All-American, led Whitney Young to the 1998 state title down here in Peoria, Illinois, averaged 24.4 points per game and 12 rebounds a game as a senior. All tournament first team, 2 years at DePaul, legend at DePaul, 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 100 threes, only player to ever do that, and win freshman of the year and player of the year at the same time in Conference USA. You all know him for his 13 phenomenal years in the NBA and the NBA three-point championship in 2005. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother Quentin Q. Richardson. What's up, bro?
I'm chilling. Appreciate you having me, bro.
No, thank you for joining me, man. No, people don't know we go way back, man, and we'll tap into it a little bit. But you know, I'm just wanted to say I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of Darius, man. Y'all 2 years younger than me, but I was hooping with y'all. Larry had me hooping with y'all though. Larry was on some BS back then. Yeah. He had me balling with y'all, but I got to know y'all, man, and to see y'all step outside of y'all boxes and go into these fields, man, is very inspiring for young kids who don't hoop, but can also do media. So proud of you, bro.
Appreciate that, man, for sure. Definitely much love.
Absolutely. One of the greatest players ever to come out of Chicago, man. But I want to start it from the beginning, man. I want to start at early. I want you to paint me a picture of what type of kid Quentin Richardson was growing up in Chicago, Illinois.
Man, pretty much like everybody else in the neighborhood, man. But a big family, you know what I'm saying? A lot of cousins. We all went to the same grade school, grew up together, being in Cooper Park in my grandmother's house. You know, every day up to the park playing, back to the house, around the house, you know, playing with your cousins and your siblings and playing video games. And then, you know, falling in love with basketball. That's what we all did. After school, John Whistler, 2 blocks away is the Cooper Park, and another 2 blocks away is grandma's house. So that was everyday routine, man. Then, you know, back to my house and same thing pretty much, either in the alley on the cradle or in the driveway on the basketball hoop when we finally got one. So that was me, man. Sports and video games the whole time. That was it.
Absolutely. I'm really big on the impact that our parents had on us as athletes. So I always ask this question: what trait did you acquire from how are your parents, and what trait did you acquire from each parent that shaped you into the basketball player that you became in person?
Well, I would say my mom, she passed when I was younger in 7th grade, but I mean, she was the one who put the basketball in my hand. She was the athlete in the family. She played. She went to Marshall. She won a city championship with Dorothy Gators, and she was part of that. So the basketball thing, I truly believe came from my mom. You know, I was the youngest, so I was the last one to go off to school before it was time to go to preschool and stuff. I would sit with my mom all day and, you know, watch DePaul and Georgetown games and stuff like that. And so she really was the one who, you know, put the ball in my hand, and I think, you know, made me fall in love with basketball. She would. My older brothers was off the courts and everything, out of the driveway, and everybody gone. I would be out there by myself, but she would come rebound and shoot with me and throw me the ball and stuff like that. So, I mean, I feel like definitely she put the basketball passion into me. I think she's absolutely the reason why I wanted to shoot threes. She loved the three. She called it the trifecta. That was her favorite shot. So that was something big to me. And my pops, man, he's from Greenwood, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so he migrated up and started driving the L train for CTA. He drove the L train for 39 years, so I was able to retire him. And he pretty much instilled in me work ethic, man. Like nothing is gonna come easy. Nothing is gonna be without hard work and labor. And I think I definitely owe everything to him when it comes to that category. Like knowing how to go to work, knowing how to put my head down and do what I got to do, and no matter what's going on, just getting to it. You know what I'm saying? like stuff don't stop moving. It don't matter what's going on. He always showed me that you gotta keep getting it in and keep doing what you gotta do.
Absolutely. Think back to your earliest memory of playing basketball. What is your earliest that the ball was in your hand and you started competing?
Man, literally in the neighborhood. Like, you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? It went
Hmm.
from probably the park, playing at the park or trying to play at the park to like literally to the point to where we used to walk up to the Wendy's and the McDonald's up the street on Halsted and go in the back and get the crates and then take them back home and cut the bottom out the crate. And we had a crate on the pole on the telephone pole out in the alley in the backyard. So that's literally, shooting with the mini ball, you know what I'm saying, before you even got a real basketball hoop. So I think that's really where it comes from, the first, when you really think about when I first started playing, that was the root of me beginning my basketball journey, like in the back of my house in the alley, cutting the crate bottom out of the crate and putting it up on the telephone pole out there. That was where it really, really started at.
Man, I have a theory about the Nerf ball. I think every shooter who became a great shooter started with the Nerf ball in their bedroom with I used to have the suction cups on the window, and
Right.
I used to have a hanger on the door, and that's full court. We getting it in. But I really believe that touch is what really helped us develop as we got into playing real competitive basketball. But I ain't improved that theory yet. But anybody who's a shooter, they started with the crate, they started with the Nerf ball, and shooting Nerf ball, you gotta put touch
That,
on it. Like that
that,
thing gonna float and go. You know what I'm saying? So that's my theory. But we gonna leave that right there. Who was the early? Is you got? I always talk about two phases of mentors. One when you're young and one when you get older. Who was your early coach or mentor who impacted your development?
Gary Adams.
Gary Adams. Shout
Gary
out
Adams,
Gary Adams.
my grade school coach. God
Hmm.
bless him. He's passed away now, but
Hmm.
he was everything for my neighborhood. You got to understand, I'm from inner city neighborhood, wild, it's south
Hmm.
side. You know what I'm saying? Like Cool Park is really all black people there.
Yep.
This the older white man from the suburbs that teaches that works at the school, John Whistling. Like when I say the whole hood, my whole hood loved this man.
Right. So,
Miss Gary Adams could go through the whole hood and ain't nobody gonna do nothing. They gonna
mhm,
respect that man because he's done so much for that community. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? As far as like mentoring us and coaching us up, and we had great players come through that. Britt Booker,
mhm.
Rico Hill. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And Gary Adams poured into them and set them up, and then he did the same thing with us. So it's
Mhm,
like Gary Adams, man. I like sum it up. Like my mom, like I say, my mom passed when I was in seventh grade.
mhm.
My pops worked from 4 a.m. to 4. So he don't got no control over whether I'm really going to school or not.
Right. Yeah.
Gary Adams, like when that happened, I was like, forget it. I was messed up. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I ain't going to school. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm just cool. I'm just off it. Mr. Adams used to come to my crib every single morning.
That's what's up.
And the dopest part is like, he never came to the door, never rang the door, but he came and he would hunt the horn 3 times, bum, 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 and just sit out there and look.
That's dope.
I'd be peeking through the curtains like the first, I don't know how many days before I finally went out. And he like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta go to school. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Mhm.
he got me back into it. Then from there, getting on the court was like, damn, this is the first time like I feel like I'm not really thinking about my mom and everything that's going on when I was on the court. So that kind of got me back to basketball, and I threw myself into that because it was like this is the only time that I'm like carefree out here. I'm not sitting here crying or thinking about my mom being gone. I'm just playing basketball. So it was like after I found that and he got me to that, it was like I'm all in. I'm basketball is it. Like it's keeping me cool, keeping me sane. Like so like he really was responsible for like, putting me back on the right track because God
Mhm.
knows what I would have went into or fell into had he not had that persistency to come every day until I really went with him and went back to school. Who knows what would
Mhm.
have happened? So I mean,
Absolutely.
Gary Adams for me, man, that was, and it was at the right time. Like I said, in grade school, he set the foundation for me.
I mean, you're seeing it today with all with kids, especially particularly young men choosing the wrong path,
Yeah.
and they're choosing the wrong path because they don't have a Gary Adams. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Our heroes were on TV and they were in the neighborhood at that time, and I'm seeing it as an athletic director for Peoria Public Schools, man. And these parents think their kids are the greatest, but I'm looking at the people that they're around, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at their lack. They walk by me like I ain't. They don't even who like I was a custodian, like that's how they treat me, but they don't understand like those are the type of people you need to give you the information to push you in the right direction. So shout out to Gary Adams, rest in peace, man. And the last part of closing out your childhood when it comes to playing basketball, how did playing unorganized basketball develop you? And I always ask that question because I really believe that that's the best training you can get is to go outside, play on your own, pick up your own teams, play 32, play 21. And I can see it in your game when I'm watching you. I'm like, man, this dude play like a grown man. But you had to get that from playing against grown men and being sunned at a young age. Talk about your experience of playing on the streets of Chicago and how that developed you.
Yeah, I mean, like Chicago, we had
Mhm.
park tournaments where you got kids playing against grown men, you know what I'm saying, gangbangers and what have you, and all those different type of situations. So when I was younger coming up, man, I got exposed to that playing, running
Mhm.
up behind Rico Hill and Britt Booker, running with them and going to older tournaments and playing in parks against probably gang members and things that I was too young for, but like not knowing
I
that was
know.
like you said, you playing against grown men, you getting exposed to different things that you would never get playing in your own age group, in your
Mhm.
own age bracket, or playing, in your own like somewhere safer or whatever. I
Mhm.
got a physicality and a toughness put to me that you know what I'm saying I probably wouldn't have got without doing it. And I agree with you, man. When you look at it today, it's like everybody got a trainer. Every
Yep.
kid. It's like, God damn, I didn't start training until I got to college.
You
Legit.
got the
Like I
college.
just played
Yeah.
basketball up in
Mhm.
like even in high school. I didn't train. I
Yeah.
didn't go to a gym. I didn't have a gym to go
Right.
get 100 shots,
Right.
200 shots. I didn't do any of that. I
Mhm.
just played basketball when I can. Like you said, if it was in the neighborhood, we was playing 21 pickup or choosing teams and just running. Like I didn't have the time to work out, but I think that's the biggest difference between this generation and
Mhm.
ours is that we got it in. Like
Yeah.
we played
Mhm.
everywhere. We went around the city from this park to that park, from this gym to that gym. We played, and
Yes.
it's like now you see everybody. Everybody got a trainer. Everybody worked out and got a step back and got a Euro step. It's like if you ain't got a Euro step or a step back, you ain't got no bag. Like, bro, it's so much more to the game than that. I
Yeah.
get it. I get it, what you seeing on TV and this and
Mhm.
that and but like to me that's the difference. I feel like
Mhm.
kids need to. I'm not saying that training is not important because literally at this point every kid is doing it. So if you're not getting some type of individual training, you're gonna be behind one way or the other anyway. So I get that. So I'm not saying don't do it, but I think it should be more actual playing
Mhm.
pickup, like you say, freestyle. Like that's where the creativeness comes from. Like if you go to an AAU thing. You're gonna see step back, you're gonna see Euro, you're gonna see people trying to do the same thing. Then you might see that one rare kid with like, okay, what are he doing? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because he looks different because he's not doing workout moves every time. Like you see guys out
Yeah.
there trying to do straight
Yeah.
workout moves. That's the problem for me. It's not like I don't got no hate toward the trainer, toward the guys
Mhm.
that's getting kids better, but it's like to me, it's like you gotta have a combination, bro. You can't just be that kid that's going to the gym every day and just doing 100 step backs and 100 of these or like to me it's too predictable. It's too
Yeah.
robotic. You like that's what the pickup game. That's what the varsities, the 21s, that's what those things, playing ones, that's what that gives you. That gives you that creativity and that space to be an individual and you don't look robotic. Like I see too many everybody trying to do the same thing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yep.
like, come on, man, it's this game is way too big. It's too much that you can do inside this game for everybody to be out here looking the same.
Right.
Everybody all trying to do the same move. Like the right leg, right hand layup for no
Yep.
reason, just because you just want to do it because it looked good. Like, bro,
Right.
that's it's a people do that for a reason to
Mhm.
avoid somebody on this side blocking it, not just because they think it looks sweet. Like people
Right.
just want to do stuff because it looks sweet. It's like you
Mhm.
doing it for no reason. Like I can remember training, like when I was working for Detroit as a player development, and I'm training a young kid, and he wanted to work with me. Like I posted that he wanted to work with me on the post move and stuff. Now, we the same height, AJ.
Yep.
We the same height. You want to know? They throw him the ball. You want to know the first move he went to do to me? He turned around. You know how Melo would catch the ball and inside pivot and hold the ball over you like this?
Right. Yep.
He did that to me. We the same height, AJ. As soon
Right.
as he did it, I took and knocked the ball out like this. And I said, "Why did you just do that?" I'm serious. I'm right here. It caught me off guard. Like, what is he
Right.
doing? And then I just said, so then he was like, oh, I said, what? Why would you do that? He was like, I want to do the mellow. I said, why? I said, do you understand why Melo does that? I
Mhm.
say Melo is 6'8", 6'9". When he does that, the dude he's doing it to is like 6'5", 6'4", 6'6", or something.
Right.
I say, you the same height as me.
Mhm.
You doing that as a turnover, it's stupid. It makes no sense.
Right. Mhm.
Like, I'm right here. You not holding the ball over my head. I just knocked it away from you. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, so it's like things like that. Like, you have to know what you're doing things for and the purpose that the person you watching do it. Understand why they doing those things they do before you just say, I want to do it because it looks sweet.
Right. The first thing kids need to understand is that basketball is a game of instinct. And
Yes.
the only way you get the best instinctual pattern for basketball is to play. And unfortunately, man, people are monetizing our sport and they're using training as a way to make money for themselves, garner attention for themselves, likes and views, and it's hurting the culture of the game, man. And so that's what Q's talking about. We could talk about that forever, man, but that is the main thing that's hurting our game. When we watch kids play, we can tell who trains and who hoops. It's a
Yep.
difference between a kid who trains and a kid who hoops. And definitely Quentin Richardson was a kid who hooped. That's why I asked you that question, because I
Yeah.
know your skills were honed in on the blacktop. I could tell. Because somebody been knocking Q around and Q got tired of it. And
Yeah.
so that's it. So man, we can stay on that forever. But that is, I hope everybody's listening to that, especially if you have kids that are playing. We tell kids I train all the time. And if I'm gonna train you, you gotta go hoop. If you ain't gonna hoop, don't be, oh, my trainer didn't hit it. No, you got to go play this game because you play it with 4 other players on your team and other players on the court. So, hey, so let's dive into Whitney Young, man. How many years did you play at Whitney Young? All 4?
3.
All
First
3 years?
the Rice.
Okay, Brother Rice 1 year. Yep, and 3 years at Whitney Young, man. So, what was that moment at Whitney Young where you knew you was special?
See, that's funny for me,
Mhm.
AJ. I'm serious when I say this. I knew I was better than a lot of people when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, okay.
Just didn't have that opportunity yet.
Right.
So it was like I walked around with a chip on my shoulder. That's why you saw the type
Yeah.
of aggression and what you saw from me.
Mhm.
I was looking like, nah, like I'm looking at scouting services, I'm looking at different things. I'm like, I'm better than him. And I felt like
Mhm.
once I finally got to Whitney Young, now my opportunity presented itself to
Mhm.
show. So now y'all get to see what the fuck I know. Y'all get to see
Absolutely.
what I already know, and
Yeah.
I'm about to do it. I'm like, once I got that chance and the table was set,
Mhm.
you asked CDL and D Gates. I was out of there. I took off. I'm gone, and I want everything. I want everything I've been trying to tell everybody. I got tattoo. I got the Chi-Town's finest. I got that before anybody respected me.
Right, yeah.
And CDL was looking at me. I say, now I gotta do it. I say either I do it or I look stupid, right?
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like that was like, I'm telling you, I really believe that. I was sitting there like, nah, and then like everything lined up too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I went from 5'11" to 6'5" in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So then when you get to from freshman to from 8th grade to sophomore year and you skip over there, I killed that brother Rice. I don't like talking about, but that was Catholic League. They had me on frost off, bro. Sophomore, I 32-20,
You
like for
eat.
real, undefeated. We smacked everybody, didn't lose one game.
Mhm.
But I'm on frost off. While all of my peers, CDL, Gates, Corey McGetty, all these dudes playing varsity.
Right. Mhm.
Chip on my shoulder. I'm getting
Right.
cheated again. You
Yep,
feel me?
yep,
So like
yep.
when I transferred and with the Whitney Young, bro, it started immediately. Summer League, Olive Harvey and Kennedy King,
Mm.
30s, 20s, 30s, 20s. I'm letting, and it for me it was like it ain't just letting the see. At that point, I had to let the people at Whitney Young know.
Yeah.
This mine.
It's my
It's everything is over with. Like dead serious.
yeah.
I can remember the conversations like yesterday. See, they're like, man, G, look, G, this the Red West, this city, this that, and that. I'm like, oh yeah, all right,
Right.
okay. First game, dang. I'm looking at him like yeah, like, and then I'm talking about it went just like that. I was super thirsty, bro, and it was like once I got to Whitney Young and I saw like I have a chance to get this. And then when I got a hold of it, I was like, I have it. I'm like, nah, I
And
be
there you
damned.
go. Yeah.
Ain't nobody getting this from me. You gonna have to take me out to get this, like for
Yeah.
real. Like, cause it was like when you sitting there 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, you looking
Mhm.
and you seeing what you want, and it ain't achievable. That's why like Corey McGetty, 50, that's my dog, that's my
Right.
brother today. I
Yeah.
tell him, you was the rabbit.
Mhm.
You saw 50.
Yeah.
Action figure.
Action figure.
6th grade. Yeah, the
Yeah.
first time I played against Corey McGetty was 6th grade. That 6th grade, he was like
Yeah.
that, bro.
Dang.
6th grade, he was like 6 foot. Like already out here, like, who is this dude? And so it was like, for me, it was like, God damn. And it was like, from my area, from 8th grade on, it was Corey McGetty. So like, nah, I tell him, I'm like, bro, you was the rabbit.
You was
I
it.
was chasing you like a mug the whole
Exactly.
time.
Yep.
And it was like, yo, once I got there as a sophomore, it was like, everybody about to see.
Yeah.
Everybody's about to see. I'm talking about, when I say I'm talking about my coach, my team, and everybody about to see. And I felt like see there D Gates, who I played with since 6th grade.
Yep.
They hadn't seen that part of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They hadn't seen me go crazy and take over and just like step up. But like I said, like it was some, you know how it is, AJ, we all partners, we all homies, and we all happy for each other. But I was that kid sitting there like, I'm better than that. Like, you feel me? Like, I swear I was sitting there, I used to be mad. I used to be sitting there like, bro, like this is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't start for Butler starting now.
Yep.
That didn't come to junior, senior year. You feel me? Like, that was earned, not given. I had to take that shit. I had to sit there and be like, and I'm the first one. I was with Butler before anybody. Anybody. DJ, Fidel, Rod, Shaq, anybody. It was me and Bobby Smith. We was the first ones. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out, Bobby.
You know what I'm saying? Like Al and Snoop, you know what I'm saying? Like Logan, like that. Those was the original crew. Antonio Silk.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I was sitting there like, when I get this, ain't nobody getting in the way.
Getting it from you, right?
Ain't nobody getting in the way. And that was my mindset. I felt like, nah, I can't let go of this. I earned this, and it ain't getting taken away.
Man, I hope y'all hear that, because I still feel it when I'm listening to him talk. It's like he back in that mode again. So that's the mentality you have to have, man, as an underdog with a chip on your shoulder. And I guess I'll rephrase the question: Who got a piece of that coming out moment? What player, the first player you matched up against, where that was at that level, and you solidified your place?
I don't know if it was necessarily a player, but I could say like. I'll probably say the biggest moment I take away from my sophomore year, like as far as like a coming out party, it was in the playoffs, and we beat King.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? We beat King. I mean, obviously, Chicago King High School, especially late '90s, early late '90s. They was mythical. So you know what I'm saying? And we were young then. We weren't supposed to beat them. You know what I'm saying? Like me, D Gates, C there, we all sophomore. We got a young team, and I had like 30 something. I remember the article in the paper, you know what I'm saying, just talking about it. And I remember going back to my neighborhood and the homies seeing it.
I'm different. There it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like now, I remember that moment being like the first time I go back to the block and I'm like, yeah, like now y'all see. This ain't crate no more. This ain't this. Like, y'all see, like, I'm about to be that. You know what I'm saying? And like, that was like, for me, the first little slither of respect I felt like that I earned, and I took like that article in the paper, like, you know what I'm saying, seeing that, and then knowing that the people in the neighborhood and everybody was kind of, you know what I'm saying, taking notice of that was like, for me, it was like kind of the arrival, but the start of it. But like, to me, that was like the first big moment when we beat King.
Talk about that. You talked a little bit about Cordell Henry, who was the Varner point guard from Marquette, University of Marquette, Dennis Gates, the guys that you played with at Whitney Young. In 1998, you started on a historic tournament run, starting game one. Talk about that team, the characteristics of that team, and how did you know that team was going to hoist? Because I think I've heard you say that before. You weren't going to be
It was
denied
a
that year.
foregone conclusion. It was a foregone. Listen, I'm telling you, AJ, the year I wanted junior year. That was a year that would have been the big deal to me. Like senior year was like, can't nobody play
It's
with
too
us.
easy.
Like seriously, like nobody's about to touch this. Like, but junior year to me was the year where I wanted that win, where we would have got it. We would have got it either who won it?
Man,
Thornton, was it
man,
Thornton? Melvin? Yeah, Manu.
yeah.
That year. That was who
Mhm.
we won. Because we lost to them.
Okay.
And
Talk,
so
hold
you
on,
got
rewind. Y'all, so you played against Peoria Manual your junior year, which included Sergio McLean, Frankie Williams, Marcus Griffin. Some
yes.
people don't know Manual won four
All the
straight titles.
homies.
All the homies. So talk
Yeah.
about that game and what that taught you.
That taught me that we hadn't been exposed to the big stage yet.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's why like the senior year when we came back, like we played in all of the big tournaments, the Coca-Cola, all of this stuff. So
Okay.
it was like I say, senior year was nothing. Junior year was the year that I wanted. And that was the year that we didn't get it done. We lost, like I said, we lost to Manual,
Mhm.
but to me it was like for our team, the moment was too big.
Okay.
I remember sitting there being pissed.
I know you
Like,
were.
yo, we just tricked like to me that was the one that nobody expected. Like when we came back after losing that game, I think the whole state knew we was bringing everybody back. Literally, like, come on,
Everybody.
dog, like we about to smack like everybody. And I remember that like that was the year. Like I remember like I mess with D Gates all the time because he cried when we won senior year. He cried when we won a state championship. And I remember me and how me and C that
Yeah,
stupid
I know
goofy.
you was. I
Look at
already
me,
know what
I'm
it's
like,
going.
the hell is you crying about? Like, bro, you already knew this was going to happen. Like, you couldn't have not known this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could not have not known this. There's no way. Like, we would listen. That's why you read my averages, right? 24
Yep.
and 12 my senior year. Those were the lowest averages throughout my 3 years at Whitney Young.
Right.
Sophomore year was like 29, 14 or something. Then junior year was like 27, 28 and something. Then it went
Yeah.
down. Like each year,
Yeah.
our team got better.
Better. Yep.
So it was less needed of me because we had more support. So it was like, yeah, my numbers and shit went down, but like we went here. We were the top team in America, like in the whole country at that point.
Okay.
So like it was like South senior year, it was a foregone conclusion. We had 8 D1 guys. We had 8 guys get a D1 scholarship off that team, AJ.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Shout them out real quick.
man, we had myself, Cordell, D Gates, Marquise, Corey Harris, Najib Eccles, God bless his dead. He was a young guy, but he went to
I
Muskoo.
remember.
Then we had Chris. We had Chris who went to Holy Cross. And we had who else? Somebody went to Ball State. Corey Harris went to Ball State.
Yeah. Okay.
We had 7, 8 dudes go Division I from that roster. And 2 of them were like not seniors or whatever. We had a junior, we had a freshman, and Najee was like top 3 in the country at that point as a freshman. You know what I'm saying? So it was like senior year was
Foregone conclusion.
easy.
And he's talking about that because the Division I prospects, because that means those practices were probably harder than the games. They were more competitive than the games, and that's that iron sharpens iron. And then when you look out there and you see a team, you're like, man, my battles in practice are harder than this. So that's one of the reasons why it was a foregone conclusion. But you match up with against Rod Thompson and Joey Range in the championship after defeating Elgin, man. Talk about, because Joey Range was one of the guys in your vaunted 98 class that as I did my research, I'm like, man, this might be one of the best class in the state of Illinois history. It's definitely in the conversation. So you're battling your boys, Rod Thompson, Baby Shaq, and Joey Range in the championship game. You talk about that energy going to the game, because I know that's one of the people you want to show, hey, there's a separation between, like Jordan did Drexler. There's a separation between me and my brother, Joey Range. Talk about going into that championship game, what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like All-American, all of those different things, and that the other guys is the top dog on his team, and he's kind of the same position as you. You already know what that is, and me personally, I'm gonna address it the way it's supposed to be addressed. I'm gonna go straight in like a pit bull. I went in thirsty. Like I didn't play well offensively that game because I was too riled up.
I could
I
tell.
set a state tournament record for rebounds in that game. Thank God, and thank God D Gates showed up because D Gates went crazy. He won MVP of the championship. But like I was too turned up. I remember Coach Stanton calling a timeout and telling me, "You got to calm the hell down. You got to calm the hell down. Like listen, it's cool. We here. You got this, but you too amped up." And like I had to dial it down that game. But like like for me, whenever I played anybody that was supposed to be one of those guys, that like it didn't matter what anybody thought or what anybody said. In my mind, I have to dominate you. It's me against you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. We played Corey Maggette in the City Suburban Shootout, Fenwick versus Whitney Young. Yeah, it's Whitney Young and Fenwick, but it's me versus Corey Maggette. Like, it was never in my mind that it's anything but that. I'm accepting that and taking that head on, and this is what I want. I have to show everybody here and there what this shit is. And so it's only one way to do that. I ain't about to duck it. I want to guard you. I hope you guard me.
Right.
And then we're gonna see how this play out. And I'm telling you, that's how I went about it.
Mentality. That's all I'm hearing. That's mentality, man. And I want y'all to understand, like that's why the 90s was different for kids. That mentality that we gained from 70s, 80s up to the 90s, man. The 98 class, man. One of the greatest, man. Quentin Richardson at 1, Corey Maggette at 2, Frank Williams at 3, Bobby Simmons at 4, Michael Wright at 5, God bless the dead, Lance Williams at 6, Joey Range at 7, Kevin Frey at 8, Dennis Gates 9, Demir Kapalia 10, and the list goes on and on. You didn't win Mr. Basketball, though.
You know why that was.
How the hell? How is that possible?
That was politics. Frank Williams, I love Frank Nitty. That's my dog.
Frank Williams.
You listening to this, but he know it. He went to U of I. Like, you feel me? Like that was the way it went. And then not only did I not win, I wasn't even second. I was third.
Who was second?
Maggette was number 2 because think about it though. You gotta understand this. You gotta understand how it worked. This was the politics of the thing. I didn't give University of Illinois a chance in hell.
Right.
They weren't on my top 20. They weren't on no list. I didn't visit, didn't do none of that. They didn't have no I didn't want to go to the Big Ten, so I didn't want no parts of none of that. So Corey Maggette's final 2 schools was Duke and Illinois.
Okay.
Frank went to Illinois.
Yeah, okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So it was like the politics run through Peoria, and that's who all the voting do. Because like I want literally every other, the Gatorade Player of the Year, the Chicago Sun-Times, the Tribune, every other version of a Player of the Year or whatever. I just didn't win Mr. Basketball. I want every other Player of the Year or whatever you could get as far as Chicago and Illinois went. I just didn't win the Mr. Basketball.
That is crazy. I mean,
I still like D Miles still talk shit to me to this day because he be like, yeah, he wasn't Mr. Basketball. I'm like, well, yeah, that's cool. You ain't win the state championship. Right. You feel me? But literally, I did not win Mr. Basketball. That was, and like they made a big deal. I remember they put an article in the paper and all this. It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
That is a travesty. I'm a huge Frank Williams fan. Frank Williams, best point guard to come out of Peoria, 1, Daniel Ruffin 2. But he shouldn't have won Mr. Basketball.
Nah, I mean, look, I played with Frank. I love Frank to death. I think he would even say that if we talked. I think
for sure he would. Facts. Quickly, man, AAU, man, how did you end up in the Illinois Warriors program, and what did that program do for you?
Oh, man, Butler came, like I say, 6th grade. 6th grade right away. 6th grade was when I really got a chance to play at Whistler in my first year, getting to, start to look like something or whatever. And so, Butler was the AAU coach. I forget how he even knew about me or whatever, but like, whatever. But LB showed up. play ball, and then I started to play with him, and like literally, I can honestly say if it wasn't for LB, my life wouldn't be like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because traveling around and playing AAU, and then like I don't even meet Cordell or D Gates without that. These is two of my best friends. You know what I'm saying? Like to this day, those are my brothers, my godchildren. They my children's godparent. All of that different stuff. I don't meet them without AAU and without Butler.
Mm.
I might meet CDL because we played against each other. Whistler, my grade school, played against his grade school, so I probably would have saw him. I wouldn't know him. Like, but playing for LB, that brought these worlds together. You know what I'm saying? Like immediately when we got together 6th, 7th grade, I'm standing out at D Gates' house, he's standing out at 9, CDL, vice versa. Our parents become friends and like they besties and all of that because they traveling around watching us play. And also, Butler, like you say, I played with you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you older than 2 years older than me. Butler
Yep.
played us up.
Yep.
You know what
Sure
I'm
did.
saying? If he saw that you had a little something to you, oh, okay, he'll bring the two young boys on the older trip for just so you get that that exposure. Like I'll never forget. Like shout out Mikey Robinson, right?
Yep.
That was my first experience of being exposed to one of them dudes.
You want them dudes.
I was all American. I'm the little kid in the back. When we walk into the gym, I get to see how all the eyes is on him, how people tapping each other and pointing and say, that's right.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm AJ, I'm soaking it all up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, look at him, like, man, look at Mikey, man. Like,
Yeah.
oh look, man, look how they talking about him. Like,
Yeah.
need that. That was
Love that.
inspiration, AJ. Like, I need that. I want what he got. When
Right.
I walk in the gym, I want people tapping and whispering and looking and pointing. I'm oblivious. I'm just cool as the other side of the pillow. Got my backpack. I'm just walking. But everybody is in awe of me. Like
Yeah.
that inspired me. Like, dog, like look at this dog.
Yeah.
Like he is the man. Look how people acting and like we just walked in. Look how they over here acting. Like that was inspirational for a young boy to sit there and see that. So I feel like LB, man, he opened up the whole world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we all know it. Like this little basketball and took us all around the world. And like I don't think I get halfway anywhere without playing AAU ball and the exposure that it gave me and going on those trips with LB around the country and you know what I'm saying? Just the experiences we got, man. The bonds you built with that, being in them 15 passengers driving the Columbus and stuff like them experiences is priceless, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you learn and you grow so much on those trips. So for me, like without Butler, bro, I don't become a pro. I don't become, you know what I'm saying? At least I don't see how, because I don't get the same exposure. I don't get the same connectivity and the same, you know what I'm saying, experiences that I would have got just playing regular.
Oh, that's very important, man. Shout out Larry Butler. That's who he's talking about. Our director for the Illinois Warriors, one of the greatest AAU programs, and I'm challenging you to get this documentary popping. Like I'm challenging like somebody like Larry Butler needs to be talked about. He needs to be studied because he was, like you said, he was playing kids up when it first started. Like he was figuring out ways to get kids more exposure, more competition. He's coming down to Peoria, getting me. I don't have this interview and opportunity to talk to my brother and get to know my brother if it wasn't for Larry Butler.
He went to St. Louis and got D Miles. It ain't no two heads. I don't know black if it ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that. Like LB was right in the middle of all of that, bringing all of these different people together and exposing them and letting them go on and be great. Like that's a fact.
Absolutely, man. Let's get that. Let's start getting that train for that documentary to get popping, man. We gotta celebrate Larry Butler, man. 1,000%.
We got a lot of people that came through. Well, a lot of people.
A lot of film out there that we ain't seen that we need to see. In the hotel, I got pictures from when we was kicking it, man. Like that, Vegas, all the funny stuff. So shout out Larry Butler, man. And that's a whole other podcast, man. So let's get to your college, man. College, DePaul University, 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 100 threes, man. I watched a little bit of that because I was in college as well. But you decided to stay home. Talk about why you decided to stay home. You talked a little bit about not playing in the Big Ten, not wanting to. What went into that decision to stay at DePaul?
Family.
Okay.
You know me, I'm
Family,
super family, and for me it was like, bro, by the time I became a senior, AJ, and it was time to do all of that college stuff and this, that, and the third, like I'll say it, I was arrogant in my mind. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. To me, it was like I don't care where I go, I'm about to kill. Like that was legit how I felt. It was
Right.
like it wasn't nowhere I went where I felt like that I wasn't gonna play. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I could go to any school in America and I'm a play. I had that mentality that I'm a dog and that I'm a earn my keep and I'm gonna take somebody's spot. That was how my mind was made up. So for me, it was like when it came down to school and people was like, "Why would you go to DePaul?" I was like, "Cause it's at the crib."
Because
I
it's
was
at
like, you know what
home.
I'm saying? Like they like they. I'm like, I'm going there. You feel me? Like when they saying this, I'm like, I'm going there.
I'm just
Like you
different.
don't see how when I go somewhere it changed. Like that was how I felt.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like you know how you are when you
Yeah, for
young and
sure.
you got that bravado, bro. I was out, man. Listen, from coming from Brother Rice and going to Whitney Young and doing what I did and then turning like Whitney Young was a nerd school,
Yeah,
AJ.
yeah,
One of the
exactly.
smartest schools to this day, one of the smartest schools in Illinois and
Mm-hmm.
Chicago. It's Whitney Young Magnet School.
Yeah.
We the Whitney Young Dolphins. The Dolphin is the smartest fucking thing in the sea, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what they known for. They was known for winning academic decathlons and all this stuff. When we came there, we flipped the table.
Wow.
We in the Red West, Westinghouse, Manly, all these big fair, all of these is tough schools on the west side. Bro, we all Southsiders on playing for that school, and we took the whole west side over.
Put them down.
All from the hundreds, all from the south side. And we used to stand on that like,
Yeah.
we from the hundreds, we from the south side. We don't give a damn about no west side stuff. We come over here and take this thing over.
Right.
So like that was my thinking, like when it was
Mentality.
like, you want to go somewhere, my final two was Kansas and DePaul. I was like, you want to go to Kansas and just be another one that come in the machine, or you
Yeah.
want to do something special and do
That's
something different.
man.
Like that was my thinking, that like we was bringing back the vibes from Mark Aguirre, from Terry Cummings to
Yeah.
Teddy Glove, like that. We was trying to bring that back, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt like those 2 years we was there, we had it cracking.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't win the way we wanted to win and do like achieve an NCAA championship and stuff, but like, come on, dog. It was Sammy Sosa, then us.
Yeah, sure was.
Mike had just retired. The Bulls was terrible.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about the Bulls. It was Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire fighting for the home run battle. Then we was the next big story.
Yeah. No
So
doubt.
I mean, you know, I it was cool for me. I had a good college experience. Very
Oh, hey, you sure did. I mean, 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 18 points a game. He was a freshman of the year and a player of the year. But I think the most important thing that's being lost in that conversation is that there's nothing like being able to play with your peers in the college basketball form, where you play with the likes of Bobby Simmons. You played with, we from Peoria, Willie Coleman, Lance Williams. Like, Stephen Hunter, did you guys plan that? Is that, or, because you're talking about this kind of bravado and confidence that you had. And I'm thinking now, like, oh, they felt that, because I'm feeling it through the screen. So, that was years ago. So they decided to come play with you.
I was the last one to sign between me, Lance, and Bobby. I wanted to make sure that they was going and everything, but yeah, that was all part of it. Like the bravado and everything. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like this Chicago. It's three of us going there. Cordell was supposed to go. He chumped out. We ain't gonna get into that.
He wanted to create his own legacy too. He took your advice.
So for me, it was like, yeah, like, and like I said, the biggest thing out of all of that, me going to DePaul, was that my pops, my sister, my brothers, they gonna be at every game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My brother had just got back from the Navy, and it was like, even when we go on the road, they could come. They can drive, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They can drive to Cincinnati. They can drive to St. Louis. They can drive to Marquette. You know what I'm saying? The games ain't hard for them to get to. So it's like, yeah, this is the perfect scenario right here. Like, we locked in. And you know what I'm saying? Like, not to mention, I'm going to go there and step right in, and everything goes, whatever I want to do.
Yeah. Awesome, man. When did you know that you were good enough to declare for the NBA draft, and what went into that decision?
My senior year. My senior year in high school.
Dang.
I'm so serious. Like,
I believe you.
After the summer, after the summer between my junior and senior year, I'll never forget it. We came because like I went. That was when I got my highest ranking. I went crazy between junior year and senior year. That summer was the biggest summer of my life.
Mhm.
I was MVP at NBA camp, and like me and Al Harrington came out of Nike camp as the top two players.
Mhm.
And so I remember leaving Nike camp, and we was in Columbus.
Yeah.
LB called me to the room, and he was telling me like it's about to be 4 or 5 NBA scouts here for me. They didn't call him and blah blah blah. Man, I walked out that room like I'm out. I'm going to the league. I'm going to the league. Straight out of high school. Like it's so. I remember walking down to the room, see there and wait. I'm like, bro, it's about to be NBA scouts. I'm like, man, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Kobe, KG. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
I'm serious. Like that day, that was it. It wasn't if, it was when.
Right. Yep.
It was no longer it. I promise you, from that day forth, it was no longer am I going to the, it was when I'm going to the NBA.
Wow.
At that point in my mind, it was locked. I'm going to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is gonna stop me. Like that was in my mind, made up. It was just like, when am I gonna do it? It's gonna be straight out of high school, it's gonna be after 1 year, it ended up being after 2, but it was like, I knew then. It was a foregone conclusion. NBA. I was practicing my autograph from like dead ass. You sitting there just like, yeah, this how this gonna look like for real. I swear.
Hey,
I've been knew that then. At that point, like I remember going to high school that year. I'm looking at y'all like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, yep.
Mentality is all I'm screaming from this conversation. Get drafted by the Clippers, first round, 18th pick, man. Not everyone gets the opportunity to go through the NBA draft process, shake the commissioner's hand, man. Talk about that day, and what that day means to you, the highs and lows of that day. Because I know now you was pissed you didn't go higher. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there. So talk about the highs and lows of that day.
You already know. I was, and they did the redraft already because it's 20. It's a million years later. So I the way my stats worked out, I should have been like the 4th pick, the 3rd or 4th pick. The way everybody's careers in that draft went,
yeah, for sure.
It was only like 4. It was Kmart, Mike Red, Jamal Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
And that maybe one Mike Miller. I think that's probably that's the top 5 right there out of everybody, what everybody did.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like the highs of that day is that no matter what happens, my life is different now. You know what I'm saying? No matter where I get picked, no matter what happens, like I just changed my family's trajectory for the rest of the history of time. You feel me? Like that's the one part. But like for me, sitting there going through it, watching people's name get called, bro, that you better than. You didn't, your body of work was better than them. And, I saw him in the pre-draft workout. I destroyed him. What we talking about? Like, like those type of different things. And you trying to understand it. And it's like, it's really not for you to understand. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're going to wreck your mind with that. Just try and lose yourself in the moment and enjoy it. Because it was like, for me, it was tough. But until my name got called, it was like once my name got called, everything went away. Yeah. It was like God let me know, like, bro, don't be tripping. You just did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like walking up on that stage, like you say, and that's the other thing. Like, it was good and bad for me to be in that green room because it was like the good part was that, like you said, people don't get to do this.
No,
this is a blessing that you are actually here. You in this place on this platform, and you get to do what people would die to do. You know what I'm saying? People would die to be able to get drafted, walk up and shake David Stern's hand. So that part of it was like, but like sitting there watching it and waiting, pick out the pick and watching these names get called, and you like, you know what I'm saying? That was tough. Yeah. But like I said, it was more than worth it when that moment came when you know, oh man, they calling my name and you get to hug your family and everybody that's there with you, and then you actually get to walk across that stage. Like that, to me, that was like one of my biggest moments of my life, because like we all, to a man, watch every single draft. Absolutely. And you be sitting there, like, especially before you made it, like before you made it, man, like I want to like golly, and it's like to really be in that moment. It was like that was like literally that was one of the greatest moments of my life because you only get that once.
Yeah.
Where you only get drafted, you know what I'm saying? You only get that once. You get in like, you know what I'm saying? As I'm walking across the stage,
Mhm.
I could see the child me like, we
Yeah.
did
You
it.
did it right. Yeah.
My mind is like everybody I know is seeing me right now.
Right.
Like everybody who I've ever known, like they seeing me right now. And like I did it. So like to me, like that's like you can that'll always be like a monumental moment in my life because it's like you that's the moment I achieved my dream, making the NBA. And you watched it for so many years. This guy, this guy, this guy, year after year. And it was like, it's my turn, finally.
Absolutely, man. You go to the LA Clippers, man, and everybody knows that at that time, big, really more than any time, they were the sister team to the Lakers, the little homies in the city. But yourself, Keon Dooling, Lamar Odom, Corey Maggette, D. Miles, y'all made it very entertaining to come watch the LA Clippers, and it morphed into what you guys term, the young guns as well as the knuckleheads. Talk about how the knuckleheads phenomenon came to pass and that continues today.
I think you had to, it was one of them things where as rookies we weren't getting to play a lot, right? And
Yep.
we were the youngest team in the NBA. We were
Mhm.
comprised of the, D Miles 18, Keon, me, Corey,
Mhm.
and LO. We all just 19. So you got one 18-year-old and 4 or 5 19-year-olds. Then you got a 20, 21-year-old and Elton Brand and
Right.
21 with Kent. So like we were the youngest team. And so it was one of the things, man. Like we weren't getting to play. Like every time we got in the game, it didn't matter if it was 1 minute into the game, garbage time. It was like we about to go crazy. We about to go absolutely crazy. Even if
Right.
it's 40 seconds, we about to get in there and try and do our special move and do anything. And
Mhm.
so the knuckleheads thing, the actual celebration, that came from us being kids
Mhm.
because we couldn't go to clubs, we couldn't
Yep.
get in certain places. So we was going to colleges. We was going to college games, we was going to high school games because
Mhm.
we from that. We go to AU, so like we had got kind of tight with the Westchester guys, Westchester High School, Trevor
Okay.
Reeves, Hassan Adams, and all of these guys,
Mhm.
Bobby Brown, guys that actually made the league later. But that was their celebration.
Mhm.
This was their shit. So
Okay.
we
Gotcha.
started to like go to their games, slide through, go to practices, and pull up on their practices and stuff like that. And they like, man, y'all need to, rep our stuff in the game. What up? What up? So that's how that came about. And back in the day, during that time, it wasn't like it is now. How everybody got a celebration for everything. That was frowned upon. Like we would
Mhm.
get like old heads to be trying to elbow us and get chippy with us after we do that shit. Like Jerry Sloan, I remember Deshaun Stevenson telling us like, he stayed out of high school like D Miles, so we playing them. We all hanging out before we play. He like, man, Coach Sloan already went off. Like he told, don't let them do that damn beating their head stuff. Like we don't play that. Like, so it was like a disdain for it back then. But like there was no internet and social media like it is now, so it was no way for us to know that it was taken off the way it was.
Right.
We had kids and literally in Japan and China, way over there doing this stuff. And I mean, obviously all around the country, because now with social media and all of the internet stuff, like we get to have people just hit us and say, dude, I was in grammar school going crazy, dude. I was in high school, I was in this, and it's
Mhm.
like anybody. It could be a white dude, an Asian dude, an Indian dude, a black dude, anybody
Yeah.
from far and wide. They didn't did this because it was like you just never knew that it was that big a deal because we didn't have the all the technology that's out now to know that to connect
Mhm.
everything. And like now it's like you find out 20, 25 years later that people really had an affinity for it and mess with it, and we able to have a birth a podcast based on the name of it and have it do well. So I mean,
Dope.
it was something. I mean, again, it was just us having fun, man. That's the best part of it. It was done out of something that was genuine. You know what I'm saying? We was having fun. It was from a connection from some younger guys than us that we made, and
Mhm.
and it was dope.
What was the turning point of your NBA career? And I mean, I watched Jamal Crawford. We came in together, and he found his niche by just being a straight bucket, showstopper performer. But I know, and I would like to talk to him to ask him that same question, like what was the turning point? Because that wasn't him the year that I left, but it turned his career around. What was, I know you weren't happy about the losing, and you're a winner, so you wasn't excited about the losing in
Yeah.
LA and all that. So there had to be a turning point when you were on your way to Phoenix. What was the turning point for you to change your NBA career around?
For me, it was, I think I became a chameleon. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like you know me growing up and playing, like
Hmm.
defense was never me. That was never my calling card or what. I mean, I was never, like
Hmm.
just gonna be terrible, but that wasn't my thing. And I
Yeah.
think, like you said, like them first 2 years were up and down and you figuring things out. Then that third year was like I'm a starter now. I'm kind of the guy, one of the guys, you know what I'm saying, that could really do my thing. And I was 19. So it
Hmm.
was like, okay. And then when I went to Phoenix, that was when I figured out like, okay, now you got to be a chameleon because
Right.
I just came from LA where they was letting me do Mike Dunleavy was letting me do my number, posting me up, dropping me. I'm doing all of that. Then I go to Phoenix and they say no more post ups, stand behind the 3 point line and shoot threes, three to
Right.
three, 3 to 3, 3 to 3, and it was like. Not only that, and you got to defend now. Like
Hmm.
you got to defend. You might have to play the point guard because Steve Nash not really gonna guard the top
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
We gonna put him over here or something. So me and Joe would be the guard. So I was like, that's when I figured out you got to be a comedian. Then I went from Phoenix to New York, and it was like, all right, it really ain't about shooting threes no more. Like now you really got to play defense, and so then it became to me about I got to do whatever I got to do to survive. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like you can't like everybody not gonna get the opportunity to say walk in the league. Like I tell, like you say Jamal walked in the league as a scorer, right?
Yeah.
He
Hmm.
walked out as a scorer. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, and that's what they required from him his whole existence. We want you to score, whether you coming off the bench or whatever, right?
Yep.
Score.
Hmm.
That's not the case for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And like if you're not able to be malleable and you know what I'm saying and change what you do and still excel at what they ask you to do, your ass gonna be on the bench and eventually out the
Out the
league. You
league,
feel me?
right? Hmm.
So for me it was like, nah. Once I got my foot in the dough, I told him it's a clip from this movie here. This
Hmm.
documentary, right? We did this documentary when we was coming up, me and
Okay.
D9.
Yep.
So in the beginning. This is me at 19 saying this, and it's so true. I'll never forget it. I was like, they were like, so what do you think? You got to do to. I'm like, it don't matter. I was like, I'm here now. I say they messed up when they let me in. You're not getting me out of here. I'm not gonna mess this up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna stick around. I'm around for the long haul.
You're right.
And AJ is 25 years later, and I'm still in the NBA.
You still around? Yep.
Feel me? I'm still in the NBA.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a lot of things. I ain't no damn fool. This
Right.
the sweetest. This the sweetest gig anybody could have ever got in the history of getting a
And
gig.
again.
And you got to be a damn fool to go out there and ruin it doing something stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for
Hmm.
me, I was like, nah. I got my foot in the door.
Yeah.
They told me that as long as you work hard, you're gonna stick around. Hard work ain't an issue for me. I come from that. It's
Right.
in me. You feel me? Like my daddy, he put that on me. I know how to work hard. I don't know how to do nothing else. Just that, I'm sticking around. I
Hmm.
promise you. 'Cause I'm about to bust my ass. I'm about to go. I'm about to go get it in. So I'm not going nowhere no time soon. I don't know what that means, but I know I ain't about to trick this jug off. You feel me? I'm like,
Right.
oh, I'm from the crib. I'm from Chicago. I'm not about to trick this off. No,
Right.
no.
No
That was my
doubt.
whole mentality. Like whatever I got to do. Oh, you got to play. You got to be defensive. Oh, play defense. Oh, you got to shoot threes. Shoot three. Like whatever I got to do to stick around and make myself be. That's what I was gonna do.
Right. You 2005 Phoenix Suns best year. Um, did you envision it turning out that way when you signed with them, or
Hell,
it just got because
none of
it
us
just kind of
thought we were
happened?
gonna be that good. We were picked to finish last in the conference.
Hmm.
Forget about anything. That was the prediction for us, last in the conference. And then obviously things went the way it went, but like no, none of us knew. Like, and then the funny thing about it though is we didn't even know that we were playing that fast.
Hmm.
Like when we were
Right.
doing it, till it became what it became, and you
Yeah.
watching, you seeing it on TV, the way they showing it, like it don't seem like that to us
Yeah.
because for us, we just trying to keep up with little Steve ass.
Right.
Steve
Yeah.
flying his stuff flying up and down there. It's basketball. You want to score, you want to hoop, you better keep up, right? So that's
Right.
what we did.
Right.
To me, it was never, I never looked at it like, oh, 7 seconds or left, because it was just like, think about it, bro. D'Antoni was the type of coach that you legit could take any shot and he not gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
So you know how that get when you got you on a team like that. It's gonna be some craziness a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was part of our recipe, bro. Like it would be game. We'd hop out and go up 30. But they could get back in the game on us because we gonna keep doing this. We gonna keep playing fast as hell. We ain't about to run the clock. We pew, pew, pew. Like, and it was like that. So it'll be games. We go up 20, come back close, and then lose it. So I mean, that was the beginning of it. A lot of these things you see now came from D'Antoni and the way he had us playing out there. He has a lot. His imprints are all over this, all shooting threes and playing fast, and you know what I'm saying, getting up more shots and all of that. Like that was D'Antoni. Like he had that thing. It was crazy, bro. Like they had Phil Weber. He used to be in the corner. We'd be in practice, like, cause you know me, I'm an offensive rebound. I want to just creep in and get a tip dunk.
Yeah, exactly.
He would be there. Like it took them like the whole first month and a half, 2 months for me to not go in and try and get a tip dunk because that's just my natural instinct. Phil Weber would be it was his job in practice. Like if I start to creep in, he'd be like, Q. Like he would just be there just saying my name because like you could see the play going on. I started just
that's who you are. Yeah.
He like Q, and I'm like, damn, it was crazy. They had to coach that out of me because the space was so important to the way we played.
Mm-hmm. What set, Steve? You played with some good point guards throughout. You played Stephon Marbury. Jamal was on the team. You played with Steve Francis for a hot second, man. What set Steve Nash apart from other point guards that you played with and against?
His mentality, like Steve. Like it's very few people that you be around that you like, yo, he feels better by seeing you do better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he gets much more pleasure out of getting an assist as opposed to getting a bucket. Like I say all the time, like if Steve Nash played in this league, he could average 25, 27 points because if you look at him when he shoot, he really didn't miss a lot. He didn't really miss. He could shoot the hell out the ball. He just didn't do it. He was always getting like running fast and getting somebody else the ball. And like that was like to me that was his talent. Like he was super unselfish. He had eyes in the back of his head and his engine. And like you know what I'm saying? Like his work ethic was second to none, bro. Like you see this dude doing all of this stuff with the wires and on the little medicine balls and stuff. Like he like a spider monkey, bro. He could do all of this crazy stuff. I'm talking about his chorus because he had to do all of this stuff for his back. But like if you see him do, like I remember walking the gym one time, he ain't got a weight in sight. He got like the medicine ball leaning against the wall, and he got all these straps and wires. And, bro, the man was sweating so hard, pedal to sweat, like he looked like he did I don't know what, but like all with these little strings and straps and I'm like, yo. And he was a maniac about that. Like he did that like every day, relentlessly. Like he would like so like to me it was just like his unselfishness was second to none. Cause like he was a guy that could have easily averaged 20 points. Easily.
Yeah.
Like easily. He was that he could shoot, he could score, he was efficient, but he wanted to get other guys the ball and make other guys better and make the game easy for everybody. I think that was the the thing that separated him from anybody else that I played with at point guard. But he was so elite at setting you up.
Awesome. Getting to the end here, brother, man. I want to be respectful of your time. So in this final segment, man, to end off your pro career, you played your last game in 2013. When did you know it was over? And then I want you to follow that up with how do you define success in basketball?
I would say I knew it was over before I played that last game. So dead serious. In 2013, I knew I was gonna get released from the Magic after training camp. It was a new regime. They was kind of getting rid of all of us. Like I was the third to last to go. The only people left after I was gone was JJ Redick and Jameer, and they got like in the next month after that they got up out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like they was flipping the table over. So you know how it is. I'm at that point. That was my 13th year, so I'm like, cool, whatever. My agent knew. He had talked to the front office, and he had told me before it happened, like, yeah, they're gonna waive you at the end of camp. Da 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 da. Da. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, all right, so I'm gonna have to clear waivers, and then I'm gonna sign somewhere else, sign a minimum, and be double dipping. I'm like, fuck it, I'm a
Hmm.
double dip. I'm be cool. Get cut. Couple weeks go by to clear waivers.
Hmm.
Nobody ain't calling yet. My agent like, yeah, so we gonna have to wait to this, that, and the third. All of that kept going on to like I basically missed the whole regular season.
Hmm.
So like that was like that whole year was my year to deal with it. Like I
Yep.
felt like this set me up and prepared me for retirement basically
Yep.
for no more basketball. It was like I went through all the phases. I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, fuck, ain't nobody calling. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then you get mad. You
Yeah.
like, what? Like,
Right.
like, so I'm like, man, now I'm the mad rapper. I'm watching
Yeah.
who
Right.
he a bum, he a bum. I'm better than him. I
Yeah.
should be there. I should have a chance. You know what I'm saying? All of that. So I did all of that whole year, and I, you know what I'm saying. The other part that I feel like was good for me was that my wife was pregnant with my daughter, who's my
Hmm.
oldest first. So it was
Yeah.
like for me, it was a lot. I had a chance to focus on that and be overly involved in that, but still keeping me busy. But like that year set me up for it because
Okay.
it was like I went through all of the stages that you go through when it first gets taken away from you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Being upset, being angry, being mad, being, you know what I'm saying, coming back. Like I went to the first, now I'm mad. I'm hating on everybody. Then I say, you know what, fuck this. I can't watch it at all. I ain't watching basketball.
Right.
People like, man, I miss basketball. So then I started watching basketball again.
Right.
I'm loving it. So then
Yeah.
end of the year, you know what I'm saying? The season, my birthday is always right at the end of the season. My birthday is April 13th. The season
Hmm.
always like around the 14th, 15th, 16th.
Right.
So I'm like, cool. I'm like, it get to that point. I'm like, yeah, it's a wrap. I ain't about to do nothing. I'm like, I'm gonna go to LA. I'm gonna go to LA and party for my birthday. So we rent a house, go to LA. Second day I'm there, AJ, the Knicks call.
Really.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I rented the house for 2 weeks. We ain't been
Yeah.
there but one. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm like, damn. So they call and they like, you know what I'm saying? They had at this point they was the number one team. They had locked up the seed. They wanted to just sign me as a,
Yeah.
a guy
Insurance
to just be
policy.
there or
Yep.
whatever, kind of end of the bench guy. Sign there. And so like for me, when I went to New York, I felt like this was the
It was it.
last little run at it
Yeah.
possible. So
Mhm.
like I appreciated it more differently, you know what I'm saying? I was just, you know what I'm saying, I just was embracing everything, having fun, you know what I'm saying? Plus it was somewhere I was familiar with. That was cool. I knew a lot of the people in the organization from being there previously for 4 years. So it was a good vibe there. I already knew the area that I was living at and all that for the couple months and stuff. So but once that ended,
Mhm.
I kind of knew, like we still were, fishing around, waiting to see what was happening. But then it was like, nah. Stan Van Gundy called me and asked me to be a part of the Detroit. That was when he got the job at
Oh,
Detroit.
okay. Yeah.
All that. So that's how I got over to Detroit, and that was kind of like the end of it. Like while I was waiting to be called to play basketball, I got called to be a director of player development.
Oh, okay. Dope.
Yeah, and so and the other last thing you said, success in
Yeah.
basketball, man.
I-
To me it's like it's making the most out of it,
Mhm.
whatever that is, man. Like everybody's not gonna be blessed enough to be a champion, to win a
Right.
championship, to be on a championship team. That doesn't mean that person isn't a winner, or you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying, they didn't go about it the right way. They're just not the way the cookie crumbles for everybody. But like that don't mean that people aren't winners and they aren't as great. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris Paul, you know what I'm saying, the Carmelos, Patrick Ewing, these guys are Carl Malone, these are winners, you know what I'm saying, even though they didn't win the championship. But success is just making the most of it, man. Like, cause this NBA thing, as you know, it could be a gift and a curse for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous amount of good that comes, but it could be a huge dark side, bad side to it too, if things aren't tended to the right way and you don't handle things the right way.
Mhm.
And so like, and I had a part of that dark part when my brother Lee got killed. I turned to the bottle hard, and
Right.
I had all the money in the world to support anything I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I can make anything I wanted to do happen, and then like that's not always good if you're not handling yourself and doing things the right way. things could go get out of hand. I gained a lot of weight drinking all of the liquor and stuff like that, and it was like I was in a dark place because it was like as soon as I got out of that place in my head, I looked at myself like, what the hell are you doing? And I lost the weight in like 4 weeks.
Right. Yeah.
After not being able to lose it for like a year and a half, I lost the weight in like 4 or 5 weeks, bro. It was the craziest thing ever. Like that's how I knew like the mental is a real thing. Like
Yeah.
it's a real thing. You gotta handle that.
Do you mind talking about your babies a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. There's this a segment called bragging on your chitlins, man, and this is the time to brag on your babies. Names, first names, how old, and whether they're athletes or what do you anticipate them pursuing as they get older, based on your view of their personalities now as kids.
So Caleb, my stepson is 21.
Okay.
He's he's very smart, funny guy. I'm not sure. He played ball a little bit coming up. He's not gonna be the athlete of the crew, but
Hmm.
he's very intelligent. He's finishing school now, so
Hmm.
we'll see what he's gonna do. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. Uh, Next would be Mackenzie. She is 11, about to be 12. She is the only daughter. I'm glad because I don't need another one of them. But she is her mother's mini me to the fullest, full of personality. She's already taller than her mother. She's what is she? She's 5'6.5" at
Oh
11
yeah.
years old.
Uh-oh.
So she plays back.
Volleyball. Okay. Okay. Good.
She's about to play volleyball for the first time this year. So we'll
Uh,
see how that goes. Then next would be QJ, my mini me, who looks literally exactly like me. Smartest dude in the house. Smartest dude in the house by far. And he plays basketball. And if he don't play sports, he may be like a like a coder. Dude, smart as hell. I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie to you. He's smart as hell with the computers and the iPads and all that. So he's real good with the technology. Then the youngest is Cruz. He is the wild card.
Yeah. You the one.
He is the wild card. He is wild. I listen, he plays basketball, so they all play basketball, but I can't even tell you. He may be an actor. He could be anything. Like this dude, he has the biggest personality. He is the funniest dude in the house. He's either like he's either on 100 or asleep. There's no in
Wow. No,
between.
no middle.
He's either through the roof or asleep. He's either like if he's up, I'm all in. He's all in and all over the place, or he sleep. So
Wow.
that's the crew.
Wow. We talked about a little bit about, I mentioned volleyball, and I think it's important that parents understand that now more than ever, it's important to introduce your kids to all sports. And the
Mhm.
reason is because we talked about you coming up in the streets of Chicago, the organic development that we used to get, just simply walking to the court, running to the court, riding
Yeah,
our bike to the court, climbing fences, climbing trees. All this was a training to develop our bodies to sustain all the sports that we were playing. Nowadays, the kids don't go outside like they used to. They don't hunt in packs like we used to. We used
yeah,
to, you knew your boy was home. They knew you was home with the bikes was in the yard. That's like,
yeah,
oh, they
yeah,
had AJ crib. Like that don't happen no more. And that
yeah,
organic development is lost. So now more than ever, I tell parents, hey, introduce your kid to volleyball. They don't mean they had to play it. Introduce them to field hockey, whatever the sport is. Introduce them, not just basketball, because your body's going to need that development, and that's why I kind of mentioned that for when you mentioned that about your kids. So that's important. Last two questions, man. You just recently attended the Jordan Brand reunion. I just want to know, how did the Jordan Brand opportunity come for you back in the NBA, and what your relationship, what Michael Jordan has taught you today, and if he's still mentoring you, you still got that type of relationship with him.
For me, the opportunity came along. So obviously, we had a relationship with Mike. You know what I'm saying? Met Mike when I was younger in high school still, and come after we got drafted, we had been going to his Michael Jordan fantasy camp, where he has a camp in Santa Barbara for kids. But then all of the top college players are the counselors at the camp, and then at the end of the day, every day at the camp, there's counselor games. So it was like when we got drafted to LA, we like, cool, we gonna drive to Santa Barbara, which is like just barely an hour from LA. We're gonna drive to Santa Barbara, go kick it and get some good runs in that during the night, you know what I'm saying? Get good runs in. So at that point we were just drafted, trying to figure out what we were gonna do, and anyone was sending us hella shit. They was trying to get us to sign with them or whatever. So they sent in all this gear. So we go down to Jordan camp and we got all of this N1 stuff on. So this is like after one of the days we get through hooping, and this is after the fact we icing up and everything. And MJ like, why y'all got on all that N1 crap?
Yep.
And we like, man, Nike ain't rocking with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like D Miles was a third pick. I was an 18th pick, so they like D Miles should have been getting some good money, but they was playing then. It was like I wasn't gonna get nothing but an apparel deal anyway at 18.
Yeah.
And so he like, nah, don't worry about it. Y'all gonna come with me this time. At this point, we didn't even know what that meant. Next day, our agent called us and he like, yo, I don't know what y'all did down there, but Nike called and like, you guys are gonna be with the Jordan brand. I'm like,
Oh,
we don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? The Jordan brand barely existed. It just came
yeah.
out the year before, so we didn't even really know about it that much. So then it was like, bro, the floodgates open. Like, we get back to get start getting these boxes and everything. It was, and like for me, it's like that was 20 years ago, AJ.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like the biggest blessing in it is that because of the loyalty and like the solidness of MJ, like I'm still Jordan brand. You know what I'm saying? I still get boxes. I still get stuff for my kids. I like you say, I was on a Jordan trip, go to Greece and be out there and like MJ, man, the thing about him, the thing that I've learned the most for him and that I appreciate the most about him is that like be a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like MJ is MJ, bro.
Yeah.
Like you go to the furthest corner of the world and the earth and you put that logo up and they gonna know who that is. Like that's a different level of fame and popularity and anything you could imagine. And to see how he operates with humility and respect for people that, you know what I'm saying, and you see other people far less that don't, like, you know what I'm saying, make you respect and appreciate him. Like you think about what I'm about to say, right? Like you saw the videos and the photos from Greece.
Yep.
That was phenomenal, bro. Like that trip was something that people probably wouldn't pay for on their own and do for themselves. Now, mind you, I just said that, right? It was completely top tier.
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine this, right? You paid for that. Now, the next day, after everybody's leaving and everything, I stayed 2 extra days with my wife because it was our anniversary. And Anthony Anderson happened to stay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, picture this. We sitting there, we out by the pool at the little cabana, me and Aunt, our girls there, and we just sitting there kicking and talking. I had already received the message earlier in the day, but I didn't say nothing. While I'm sitting there, Aunt gets the message, right? Mm-hmm. MJ texting Anthony Anderson, hey man, thank you. I appreciate you coming out and being here and like, and Anthony, this what Anthony Anderson said. He looked at me, he said, this man MJ fool. He said, this man crazy. I said, what you talking about? He said, this man gonna text me talking about some thank you. And he was saying it. I was like, I said, he texted me that earlier, bro. I said, thank you. Like, what are you talking about? And he was like, Anthony, we both saying the same thing. Like, exactly. I say, that's what make MJ cool as hell, man. He like, that man just called me talking about thank you, and he got me out here. And look at this. We literally in the ism of all of it. Like, look at what we sitting there. You talking about thank you. He thanking us, dog. Like to me, that's something that should never go unnoticed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for that man to be who he is and like the life, like, bro, the life he lived is not real, bro. We had a crazy resort.
Right.
He's in the resort, bro. He got his big ass boat. He got to take a go-kart to the boat, then take the little boat to the big boat. That's what he's staying with. Like, come on, DePaul.
That's crazy.
Call me, talking about some, text me, talking about some, thank you for coming. What? Thank you, bro. Thank you for having this extravagant situation for us to come have this damn time, man. And you sitting here thanking me like me and Ann was sitting there like, bro, this is crazy. Like, and we both was like, but that's what make MM. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for you to be who you are and to still be, you know what I'm saying, have that much humility and be a real person and be a humble human being, like that's a special thing, bro.
Hey, I only hated on you twice in my life mentally, bro. Only two times mentally I hated on Q. When you show your boxes of Jordans coming in, all right, you get a little mental hate. Like,
Right.
man, fuck that nigga, man. He on some hey,
I
nigga,
feel
nigga share. Like that that's one. And two was when I saw the you in the videos and the pictures at the Jordan reunion. Those are two times I hated on Q Rich. So
like listen, like
shout out Q Rich.
I can totally and I say this all the time, dog. Like I feel extremely blessed. I don't take anything for granted. Like, you know what I'm saying? The opportunities I've been afforded, you know what I'm saying? I always said I'm blessed, not lucky, bro. I really truly believe that. Like I wasn't an all-star or all NBA or,
Mhm.
you know, getting my jersey retired in nobody's team. Didn't do any of that. But like to have all of these opportunities still, like I say, still to be in the NBA. And like I tell the rookies that when I went and talked to the rookies that's coming in this year at the rookie transition program, I told them, I say, yo, I'm standing here talking to you. I'm like, this it's the reason, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm and I don't say that in an arrogant way. I said that I'm blessed that people feel like I have something important to say to these guys. They know the life that I lived in the league. They know how, you know what I'm saying, how where I come from, when I'm cut, and they feel that I could bestow something upon them that these kids could use. So I don't say that and take that for granted and say that in a you know, in an arrogant way.
Yeah.
I truly feel that I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? And I always go out and more. I thank God every single day, you know, even on social media, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? But
yeah.
like I do that to because I really feel that way. I feel like that even though I went through a lot
Mhm.
and had a lot going on, it was for a reason, so that I can have certain conversations and say certain things to people because I've been through certain things. So for me, I'm just thankful for it all, man. Really thankful. I love my life. I love my opportunities and my family, and I'm just appreciative for it.
Your gratitude is why you continue to be blessed, man. Just keep that attitude of gratitude, man. And last two, one is a statement and one is a question. Number one, you got a 5-on-5 street ball game for for your house. Your family needs you to win this game, or y'all lose the house and y'all homeless. 5-on-5, you can bring back any, God bless in the dead, you can bring any player in their prime, and you're in your prime as well. You are one of the five players on this team, and you have to win this game. What four players are you bringing to play this game, not even knowing who your opponent is?
Is this like NBA guys?
This is five. Any NBA, anybody in their prime, you got to win this game. You lose this game, y'all homeless. What five guys? And you don't even know who your opponent is. What four guys are you? And you playing, so you one of the five. What four guys are you bringing with you to win this game?
Taking I'm taking MJ,
Mm-hmm.
Kobe. I'm taking MJ, Kobe, KD, and Shaq.
And there you have his Mount Rushmore people. Shout out MJ, Kobe, KG, and Shaq. Finally,
KD, KD,
you said
Durant.
KD. Oh, sorry, KD. I'm sorry. You have his KD, MJ. Man, you're not losing that game. Like you keeping your house. Shout out those guys. Finally, note to yourself, man. Last question. You're now at 45 years old. 45.
Yep.
What would Q Richardson say to a 10-year-old Q Richardson? 45-year-old Q. If you sat down and have a conversation with a 10-year-old Quentin Richardson, you talked about all the ebbs and flows of your life. Your mentality is A1. I'm sitting here listening and understanding why you became one of the all-time greats out of the city of Chicago. I don't know why your name is in the top five, but that's another story for another day. But I'm just listening to your story, man. Your brother's passing, your mother's passing, just all the stuff you've seen in the streets of Chicago. But you still managed to maximize your potential. But we can always look back and say, well, talk about okay, well, what I would have done differently, or how I would prepare myself a little differently. What would a 45-year-old Q say to a 10-year-old Q?
Say no matter what, just keep going
Mm-hmm.
because that's literally what I did. You know what I'm saying? That's that, and like, you know what I'm saying, and smile. You know what I'm saying? I try to smile through it all and try and be positive. But I mean, we all know life gone life. Being in the NBA didn't change that. You know what I'm saying? Like having millions of dollars. I tell people that all the time. Like, just because you make it to the NBA, hey, I'm still regular, just like you, bro. I put one leg in at a time. I don't levitate. I don't fly into the room. I'm as human as you are. I could hit my knee on the table. It's gonna hurt. Stub my toe on the thing. It's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, life gonna life. So it's like that's the one thing that when I tell anybody, man, just keep going. Don't, like, you know what I'm saying? You never know what's gonna happen unless you stop.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you know is, like, if I give up, I know I ain't gonna do it. But like, if you just keep going, like, sometimes that's all you can do. It's not something like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're not able to do more than just keep going. And that's what gets you through. Because, like, if you stop, that's the end. And for me, the way that my life set up and the way that I grew up and the way that everything I went through, I don't know how to stop. I only can keep going, one foot after the other, keep going. Like, get knocked down, get your ass back up and figure it out and keep going. And it ain't gonna be easy. Never has been for me. I already know that. That's you know what I'm saying? That's in there. But you still gotta keep going. I ain't gonna go to the left or go to the right. I'm gonna keep going one foot after the other. And then that's how I got to this point today. And be positive about it. Like, if you don't bring your shit and put your shit on everybody else. Because you having a bad day, don't come ruin everybody else's day. Try and be positive and try and be a good person, man. Treat people decent. That's what I do. I try and, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where half of these opportunities come from, AJ, from meeting people and not shitting on them and just treating them fair. Not kissing nobody's butt, but just treating people how you want to be treated. And that should go a long way. Being that person that you met when they down here, they might be up here 5, 6 years later. Now they could help you and put you on and give you a handout or extend their arm to you. Not because you kissed their butt or did, just because you was decent. Because there's so many people walking around our locker rooms that's not.
Yep.
They think they special because you in the NBA. You're not special. Like, you special as a basketball player, but like, you're not better than nobody as a person just because you could put a ball in the basket, bro.
Right.
Like, that's stupid. You don't get to treat people bad because you good at basketball or because you made the NBA.
Right.
Like, make that make sense.
Right.
You still gotta treat people the right way. And I feel like because I did that throughout my life and my career, I've been blessed with opportunity after opportunity because I treated people the right way and I was fair with people. And I treated people the way I want to be treated.
Hey, there you have it, man. I would not have answered that question any better, man. I want to thank you for taking the time to join me here. I've done probably 65 podcasts. This is by far the most entertaining, the most enjoyable one that I've had simply because I know you and I know you have a lot to talk about. I always thought about when I see you guys doing your podcast, who's going to interview the interviewer? Like, who's gonna? Because you got a lot to talk about. I know in those podcasts you don't want to over talk the guests, but I'm like, no, Q got something to say. He need to talk more. I don't know what you're doing out there, but I felt it through the screen, man. Is the why? Because I haven't been around you since we were in 95, 96. And so you took off during that time period. So talking to you today, I was like, oh, it's clear. This dude just different. Like, the mindset of, hey, man, it's a foregone conclusion we win in state. What you crying for? Like, you don't hear that. You know what I'm saying? He like, well, it must be over there balling, boy. I probably been crying. But that's your mentality, which makes you one of the greatest of all time, man. So, once again, with Quentin Richardson, one of the greatest basketball players that I've ever had the opportunity to play with and watch and play against in some way. Thank you for joining the Shooter's Corner podcast, man. And we don't do it for views. We don't do it for likes. We do it to get the conversation out there and get your story out there. So thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you having me. You know I can't get up off here without saying, he who sleeps on the floor shall not fall out of the bed.
The man. You gotta let me lay that down, boy.
I will never forget that.
Hey, please remind. What was we doing when I was bugging,
I have
man?
no clue, bro. I have no clue, but that is synonymous with you. I will never forget that. I be saying that randomly to people. They be cracking up. I'm like, it's facts though. I'm like, my main man Arthur James said that so long ago, and I will never forget it.
Shout out, man. Shout out LB, AAU, Vegas Nights.
Yes,
man, we had a blast, and I'm so blessed to be able to have of conversations and friendships with people like Quentin Richardson, man. So thank you, brother, man, and let's stay in touch.
All right, bro.
All right,
Appreciate it.
peace.